get a real buzz out of it.
Tonight, in Martin Chuzzlewit.
Mark my words, Pecksniff, the day will come when the whole world will know what a hypocrite you are.
With the unsuitable banished, is Jonas really suitable?
I think he's sweet upon your eldest daughter.
I called round to see if you would like to come back to our house afterwards and have a bit of something.
Our families are like two halves of a pair of scissors. Together we might do something.
Blood is thicker than water. In Charles Dickens' Martin Chuzzlewit, in half an hour.
In 1962, a new BBC series featuring a father and son rag and bone team seemed a project unlikely to succeed. 30 years on, the Ray Galton and Alan Simpson comedy is revered as a classic. Now on BBC2, a chance to see the very first programme, which introduced us to Steptoe and Son. Sticking together, Steptoe and Son return at the same time next Monday.
Great Journeys begins with Sandi Toksvig's personal odyssey down the Zambezi River.
This was the beginning of a 1,700-mile journey.
She's fearless.
At this rate, I was going to be happier in the river than over it.
A born traveller.
I didn't bring any gin.
At one with nature.
So many flying things had landed on me, I felt like the Ark Royal.
An adventurer.
I want to go home and walk on carpets.
Sandi Toksvig's Great Journey of Self-Discovery, Wednesday at 9:25 on BBC2.
For the first time, cameras get inside British courtrooms, hearing evidence from the advocates.
That, like the rest of your evidence, is just a pack of lies.
An encounter with the judge.
You will be released to the date. Stand up until the date of the trial.
Witness Scottish justice at work with the accused.
Obviously I'm innocent. Couldn't do such a thing like this.
And the victims.
I could feel the warmth, the blood running down my head. Then I started to panic.
Have you reached your verdict?
The jury is out and the deliberation is over. BBC2 delivers the verdict in the trial. A new 5-part series starting Friday at 9 o'clock.
It was the story which swept America with unprecedented ferocity. Panorama on BBC One shortly conducts its own investigation into the O.J. Simpson case. Now on BBC Two, the motivation is the love of money, the second part of the BBC's new production of Charles Dickens' Martin Chuzzlewit.
A mother's fight for independence.
If I can't take care of myself, I'd just as soon be in the grave with your father.
You never cared about Mom in your whole life! How many times you been over there this week?
Work is the meaning of my life. It's all I know what to do.
A daughter's fight for love.
I want my mother to live here with me where I can take care of her. She's doing the worst thing for my mother. Absolutely the worst thing.
Oscar-winning actress Anne Bancroft.
Work!
In a BBC production of Paddy Chayefsky's The Mother. Performance, Saturday at 9:30 on BBC Two.
The day's news comes under scrutiny in 5 minutes on BBC Two after the angry face of the Video Nation.
What makes me really angry? What's been making me really angry at the moment, over the last few weeks, is what I see going on while I'm working. Because I'm an outreach worker and I do a lot of work on the streets, giving out information and advice and condoms and needles.
I temper with them and they still love me.
For 20 years, Chris was homeless, a drug addict, a prostitute and a thief.
My overwhelming memory is of suffering, of abuse.
But picture this.
Chris Wilkinson Kitch, BA Honours degree.
The chance to live again. Raising Lazarus, tomorrow at 8 on BBC2.
Tonight on The Late Show, a rare television interview with one of Britain's best novelists, Julian Barnes, the author of Flaubert's Parrot and A History of the World in 10.5 chapters, talks about writing, love, and taking the novel to its limits. That's Julian Barnes on The Late Show tonight, right after Newsnight.
You're watching BBC2.
John Major at the Guildhall says yes to exploratory talks with Northern Ireland's loyalists and with Sinn Féin before Christmas. But how can London make progress with peace if Dublin is in political chaos?
Good evening. All the political signs are that the Dublin government is on the verge.
Quite sure you can handle seeing me 2 days in a row.
You're exactly as Lenny described you. So, who made the first move?
Mending the boiler, wasn't it? Well, more or less.
What happens upstairs?
Very exciting, not knowing he's going to be eating my Weetabix in the morning. You just couldn't keep your fat mouth shut, could you? You're swinging it between Arthur and Martha every other night of the week.
Choices for Ferdy, this live Thursday, 9:40, BBC2.
Now on BBC2, a look at the weather forecast with Michael Fish.
Hello there. No sign of any, as you might say, real summer to speak of, at least not in the next few days. Maybe by the end of the week, things could be looking up and getting drier and brighter. Now, we have had some summer in Europe, or rather North Africa as well. Some of the highest temperatures a long way apart. First of all, in southern parts of Norway, up to 28 degrees, and at Tangier, up to 33 degrees. In between, it wasn't particularly warm. In between, it wasn't particularly settled either, with this weather front giving some thundery bursts of rain, and that's going to edge a little bit further into. And then on Tuesday, outbreaks of rain moving right across the country, much of it light and patchy, but some heavier bursts probably in the west and the northwest, and still some heavier bursts of rain around in those areas into Wednesday as well. But quite humid, sticky weather in other parts of the country, just a little bit of rain and drizzle here and there. Mist and fog around those western coasts and hills. That all clears away on Thursday, allowing drier and brighter weather to come along. Still some showery bursts of rain in the far northeast there. And then very gradually, as we head towards the end of the week, it gets drier and brighter in most parts of the country. A very good night to you.
What happened to that lad that marched to London? Eh?
He got taught a lesson he never forgot.
Felix was one of the best. Oh, one of the very best, your dad. He got up on his hind legs and he shouted.
Come on! Do something useful!
Why, when there's so much to be angry about, why do you get angry with me?
Oi! You might have it up there, Nicky. But I've got it down here.
Now I know why they call it the Mafia of the Mediocre. That's the right place for you, Dad.
Blizzard stopped when I was with her. When it was just me and her.
These are hard times for the little people.
So nothing had changed?
No. I had.
For the Times of Our Lives, Our Friends in the North starts Saturday at 9:40 on BBC2.